How dare you not be prepared for this
I
one?
know, just awful. I'm prepared. I'm just not ready.
This is the high production that people expect.
Yeah. I'm prepared. I'm just not ready.
You have music in your soul, nowhere else to go. So turn the volume up, let's start the show. You're listening to the sounds on the Southwood Stereo.
If there's one thing that Ego and Vice is, Max, it's oozing with professionalism.
The most professional.
We are very professional. Hey, this is the Southwood Stereo.
And we're thinking about getting nameplates.
Oh, we should, or name tags.
Name tags. We should have like separate desks, proper divider.
Yeah, because if you saw off mic how often we forget each other's names. Be like, hey, you.
Yeah, the crazy thing too is like I feel like I should remember your name just by you being right in front of a mic at all times.
Oh, that's my that is my name tag.
Yeah, it's the Mike.
That's for the mic. It's like, what is my name? So hey, you, how did you like that song?
Wow.
My name is Mike.
My name is Max.
And this is the Southwood Stereo episode 6.
We made it.
We passed our 5 hump.
Yeah. It's a new record every time.
Are we going uphill? Are we going uphill to 10 or are we going downhill to 10?
I think we start counting down towards like 7. I feel like that makes sense. So
I
we
like
gotta
it.
make it one more.
I like it. As you know, on the Southwood Stereo, this is the Ottawa Music Showcase. We have 3 categories that we play music. We have our opener.
Mm-hmm.
We have our mid-card.
Mid-card.
And we have the headliner.
The headliner.
After each song, we have the minute to spin it, where Max and I will give our thoughts.
Right off the dome.
Right off the top of the...
Yeah. Tip of the tongue.
Right off the old bean.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what we do on Southwood Stereo is review some music. So we might as well get right to it.
Alrighty, so who do we have first?
The opener. The opener. First off, we have a local band, and they are called Chapter 33. They're a fairly new band. They were formed in 2025. Chapter 3 is a pop-punk alt-rock band from Ottawa, formed by Jacob Collins, a longtime death metal drummer.
Ooh.
Now stepping up to sing and play guitar. After years in metal and rock cover bands, he launched Chapter 33 to bring the professional songs he'd been writing since high school to life. Together, they blend the energy of Green Day and Blink-182 with Beatles-style harmonies.
Ooh,
all from a death metal drummer. And it says here that Jacob played all the instruments on the band's upcoming debut album.
Wow.
How about that?
Pumped to hear all of this. I wonder if they did every single chapter before it, Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and they got to 33, and they're like, this is the one.
Do you think there is a Chapter 32, 1 through 32?
I would imagine it's probably like a Gmail thing, where you're going through, and you start, Chapter 1 is taken, so you keep going down the line until you get to Chapter 33.
That's right.
What's the song that we're listening to today?
The song is called Passing the Torch. It was released in December of 2025.
So fresh, hot off the press.
Very fresh. And I guess I'm not sure if it's off the upcoming album, but the upcoming album is dropping at some point. Perhaps this is a single. It didn't specify. But let's check out Chapter 33.
On Southwood Stereo.
Southwood Stereo.
I can see right through your smile. All you say and do is a lie. All you care about is your own desires. So why you think bring a child to play when you know you want is your way? Every waking moment of your existence. You'll never realize that what needs changing is your own fucking head now. You'll You'll never realize that what needs changing is your own fucking head now. You'll always be blaming the world for what you've done and wonder why the pain replaced all of the fun. You're passing down a torch of toxic thinking and behavior, making sure that your offspring makes the same mistakes that you're making.
Minute to spin it. Chapter 33, Passing the Torch. Max.
That was a quintessential early 2000s, maybe late 90s pop punk song. I could definitely hear that blend of influences that they have with Blink-182 and Green Day, like the Dookie.
I don't have that record.
Dookie era Green Day. But the cool thing that I found was, like, even though they say they have that Blink-182 influence, I felt like they were pulling from so many of their eras, and his voice kind of reminded me of Mark as well, which is really fun.
A little bit, yeah. I too heard the Blink, and I think that's what they're kind of going for too, a little bit. Just the influence, I think it probably means a lot to them. If you're gonna switch from death metal to pop punk for a reason, you're probably a big fan of Blink-182 because your music kind of carries its essence.
Yeah.
I really liked the structure. There was a lot of fun little riffs, a lot of levels in the chorus that were really cool.
Yeah,
I like that end
stagger.
Yeah, I like that end part where they actually say "passing the torch." Great song.
Yeah.
Look at us, eh?
Look at us. I had so many other thoughts that I wanted to share, but I'm holding back.
Oh, well, no, please don't.
Well, I would say pop sensibilities in this one was great. Like generally, just as from a songwriting stance, there's a lot of little hooks, kind of like what you said, where it's evolving in a way that's more complex than it sounds.
Yeah, like there was a lot of sections, little riffs and fun little builds, and
which I think like that's the thing that, at least for me, that I like in a lot of like the pop nuanced songs, is where it sounds simple until if you were to pick up a guitar, you try to do it and you're like, oh, okay, this is actually more complex. There's a little bit more nuance to this than I would have thought, which makes it, to me, that's the recipe.
For sure. And if you're going to play 3-chord punk, you got to keep it interesting. And I think coming from a drummer, like a metal drummers are, there's a lot going on in that stuff. So you got to keep it interesting. So well done. That was great. The reason I wanted to play Chapter 33 is because my band Goat is actually playing with Chapter 33 at the Dom this Saturday. But we'll get to more details with that in the lobby.
Cool.
Who
do we have next?
Next, we have the mid-card. The mid-card.
So who do we have today on the mid-card?
We have the local power pop punk band called Kingfisher. I've known Kingfisher for a bit. They were on Ego and Vice, the original show, back episode 126, I believe.
126 indeed. Yeah, I was waiting. I had it written down just in case.
Yeah, Max does that crack research when it comes to the episodes, and it does me well because I always forget to do it.
I go deep doing the Nardwar stuff.
Yeah, Kingfisher are known for their high-energy music, doot-doot-a-loot-doot,
doot-doot,
of 90s melodic hardcore, rock, and punk. Examples are the Ataris and Body Jar. The band features a lot of singers, 2 main lead singers, but they all have microphones in front of them, so there's like 4 or 5-part harmonies. It's pretty crazy. I think they actually have 3 guitars in the band, too.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so what we're going to listen to is a really fun song. I enjoy this song. I've heard it before. Can I tell the good audience that?
I believe it's called... Yeah, well, you've heard it before. I've never heard it before.
Yes.
Or at least I don't believe I've heard it before.
Right. And hopefully most of you have heard it because I hope Kingfisher's getting out there. But if you haven't, that's why Southwood Stereo is here.
Yeah. So the name of the song is Small World.
Small World by Kingfisher. Right here on
Southwood
Stereo.
know the places I wanna go. But living in a world this small is gonna bring me down. I'm running out of time. Daylight in my pride. Consistent on we keep flying. It's taking slow. It's taking slow. Minute to spin it.
Womp, 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 womp.
Burp, 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 burp. Kingfisher. Small World. Max.
Another great punk tune that you are introducing me to. That's a lot of fun. There's elements in there that just kind of, again, remind me of Pup. I feel like there's a couple bands in a row now that you've shown me that just kind of has that high energy, shouty style that is just very infectious and very, in a weird way, like pop oriented. It's very catchy. It's very hooky. Huge face melting solo in there. And then on top of that, I know we were talking about this off sound, but it for some reason reminded me of Silver Sun Pickups, Lazy Eye. Sounds nothing like it, but that little guitar riff reminded me of it.
That's the beauty of music, where you pull like two different genres out of, and they all kind of merge in the middle, which is very cool. I'm a fan of Kingfisher. I think they're really great dudes, and their live show is really fun because they're all singing up front, so that song is like all four of them going at once.
Yeah.
And I think I love melodic punk rock, and that one is very anthemic, if you will, where it's just kind of the big ending, I guess. And I don't know, just a fun energy band, and I like Kingfisher because they're a bunch of old punks like me.
Yeah, I could definitely see this song though. Like I'd picture it at the end of the set as the big hurrah.
Yeah,
kind of rally the crowd.
Well, I'll tell you where you can find out.
Oh, wow.
This Saturday, again, along with our first with the opener, Chapter 33, Kingfisher, the mid-card, my band Goat is also playing with them March 21st at the Dome this Saturday. And this is my first time actually playing with Kingfisher, so I'm kind of excited about it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. All right, we're off to a punk ruckus start.
I think we need to go to the lobby to take a little bit of a breather.
I gotta calm down. Let's go to the lobby.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
The lobby's still here.
Yeah. So what's new with you, Mike?
Oh, the old winter's ending, which is kind of bumming me out. And but we're gonna make the best of it. I had a really good season, and I'm, as you know, I snowboard. So I'm gonna milk that teat for all that she's worth. The winter teat. But other than that, no. Goat, like I've been kind of peppering through the podcast, has a show this Saturday at the Dome with Fake Friends and Pomegranate from Montreal.
Ooh.
Kingfisher and Chapter 33 from Ottawa. It's 5 bands.
5 bands.
Yeah, it's a big punk show.
What time does it start?
8 o'clock, I think. Goat is on at 10:30, so...
Okay, so it should be fairly quick.
You can check it out. And you can see these bands that are on the Southwood Stereo in live. And at the end... No, I should say, and in April... That's for another Southwood Stereo. That's for episode 7. Yeah, we need to talk about stuff. You've been on tour.
You're leaving us on a cliffhanger.
Oh,
here.
I was going to talk about the Riptides stuff in April, late April, but it's only like mid-March, so...
I guess we'll chat about it in April.
Yeah, as it gets closer.
More to come soon.
Because then what am I going to talk about when I... Anyway. The new hires...
Yeah.
Good sir, are on tour. Let's talk about that, because that's exciting.
Yeah, that was fun. We're 4 dates down, 4 dates to go, or 5 dates to go. So we did Toronto, Brockville, Montreal, then Ottawa. And so far it's been a rip. We've had a lot of fun. The one that's been the most surprising, I will say, Brockville. A lot of fun, surprisingly.
I saw it's sold out, eh?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Big shout out to Upper Hand Underground, who did the promotion over there. And They got not Pathway. I keep saying Pathway Hyundai, but it's Brockville Hyundai.
Brockway. Brockway?
Brockway.
All right.
They got Brockway to sponsor, and it was a very surreal experience because a lot of the people there, what they were saying is like back in the day, they used to have a bunch of bands going over to Brockville that were on like the smaller side, and you'd have proper shows.
Mm-hmm.
But now it just feels like you kind of have the acoustic sets or the big stuff that comes through the Arts Center. So that little space in the middle is vacant. So people are just so happy and they're so hungry for it. So any band that wants to play in Brockville, I highly recommend it. Reach out to Upper Hand Underground. Try to set up a show. It is worth it. They're hungry for music over there, and it's not too far out. It's an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Good advice. Great advice. Maybe I'll give them a shout.
Yeah.
Touch base anyway. Throw my stick in the middle, as they say.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. And where are you still heading?
So we have Kingston on Friday. Then the week following, we have Kitchener on the Thursday. We have Hamilton on the Friday, Niagara on the Saturday. And then finally, we're wrapping it up April 3rd in Pembroke.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, so it's a nice little rip. We're happy that it's going through. And then after that, we're heading to the studio in April. So we're going to be very busy for the next little bit.
That's exciting, actually. I've been privy to some demos.
Yeah, some quick demos.
And the new hires are in top form. Good listener.
More to come.
And we're all excited for that. So good on you. What a great tour, though. You know what I mean? It's like you said, it's a great rip. It's not crazy far. It's spaced out just enough to kind of like live your normal life, yet still have the tour feel, the back-to-back shows and stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely a big challenge. And I think like the big challenge is trying to manage your job and this, but like I recommend any band who's doing it, just pick a couple weekends in a row. They don't have to be back to back the way we're doing it, but just find a couple places, hopefully within like an hour of each other. Find an Airbnb right down the middle if you can, so that way you save a little bit of money because you're not staying in the town.
Have a home base
And just travel around and play a couple rips.
Yeah, that's awesome. And these little for younger bands or newer bands thinking of touring, this is a great way to do it. And it's like, oh, Niagara or Hamilton, these are perfect towns to play. Pembroke, Brockville, because this is where you build a fan base outside of your city.
Yeah,
and you can go back there, and it's convenient to go back there, and it's easier to go back there than playing the odd show in fucking Saskatoon or something. When are you gonna get back there? But
yeah, and like those places too, I think. At least at our level, they make the most sense. Like a Toronto is tough.
Yeah.
And Montreal is tough because there's a lot of competition, right?
Totally.
But if you can get into those markets like Brockville, Kingston, where it's still like a large market, but it's not as busy as Toronto, so you can at least make a little bit more sound and more wave. And those people that come to these shows sometimes will travel afterwards to see your band. Like we had some people that
because it's just as convenient for the fan, right? For the person who likes you. It's like, oh, they're in Ottawa or they're in Pembroke. Let's go. It's like an hour drive.
Yeah, like we had some people in Brockville that said they would come to see us in Kingston. So like the big thing there is just don't miss those stops and don't like Toronto, like do the Torontos, do the Montreals. They're a lot of fun. But don't forget those other spots. The other thing that's fun to do is we reached out to a bunch of radio stations to see if we can get our song on the air. So we just cold emailed a bunch of places. And one of them actually answered and said, do you want to come into the studio for a live session?
See?
So we did an acoustic session in Toronto before our show. So big shout out to Met Radio. Yeah, do it. Just shoot your shot, see what happens. It's a lot of random cold emailing when it comes to trying to find venues or stuff like this, but like if you can jam pack your weekend and make it worth it, like
yeah.
The
recurring theme on Ego and Vice across all the shows is just ask.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because what's the worst they're going to say? They're either going to ghost you or they're going to say no. Yep. But at least you try, right? And put the work in. And sometimes the work is sitting in front of a computer and just kind of sending stuff off, and that's not a bad waste of time, a bad waste of your time. You know what I mean? Because you never know what can come from it.
No, exactly. And when you're doing a tour too, like there's so many people you need to reach out to. So like you might as well just blast it all at once. Like you got to reach out to the venues, you got to reach out to bands, and like try to figure out who might be able to help you out first, right? Like sometimes the venue will be able to find you some bands. Sometimes the bands will be able to find you venues. Sometimes the band will find you a recording studio that will then connect you with other bands that will then find you a venue. Like you go through down the rabbit hole, you meet a lot of great people. So
That's right. That's true. And that's how it works. You know what I mean? And that's how you build your brand, you build your fan base, you build, a career out of it. And,
or at least you have fun.
and in the end, you're like with your friends making music, and that's the whole, like, who else? People would dream to do that. That's why I always say I have high hopes for the new hires, because you guys are just doing good business.
You're making me
and
blush.
you guys are a great band.
Well, thank you, Mike. I
You're
appreciate
welcome. You're welcome. I'm a little biased, but I don't think I am. I always say that, like, maybe I'm biased, but I'm not biased. I'm a music fan, and I've been doing this for a long time, and you guys have everything it takes. Hey, you guys, nice guys. You got everything it takes. You just need a break, Listen to me. I sound
We
like
got to
some,
do TikTok dances.
just sign here, all right? I'll take you places.
Do you want to be our man?
No, but honestly, new hires, follow their formula. Any local band, and you can't fucking go wrong. Anyway,
Yeah. Well, and on that, I guess closing thought there is the theme, like you said, is always ask.
yes,
That's kind of like the mantra that we kind of take, and
and don't break up.
don't be afraid to fail with good intention. If
Sure.
you have good intention with what you're trying to do, fail as many times, but just try it. If you don't do it, you will never do it.
Failure is you can't avoid it.
This turned into a motivation podcast.
Well,
real
it's
quick.
good. Sometimes that's good it's good to hear.
Should we get those old school like posters, the motivation posters?
With the cat hanging there,
Yeah.
hanging on his thing.
Oh, we'll get Thomas.
Right.
We have a star in the making right
Yeah,
here.
licking his pants off.
Yeah.
Um,
Thomas the cat.
We'll get those posters right after the name tags. Yeah. One thing I want to touch base on too, since we're almost heading towards the exit of the lobby, is the Look What the Cat Dragged In, the Ego and Vice showcase at Meow That's Hot, has been very successful. I'd say for the first two events that we've had, it is currently postponed. It's on a bit of a hold. The venue itself is going through some changes. I'm not going to go into too much detail. But as far as we know, Look What the Cat Dragged In will continue. It's just some things need to be sorted as things kind of change around there, and we will announce that as soon as we know.
Yeah, more details to come soon.
Yeah, and I really want to thank Loch Nissa Monster and Rotunks, who were scheduled for
The
the March show, which unfortunately we weren't able to do, and they were both extremely gracious about and understanding about having to put it on hold. And in the future, down the road, hopefully we can run that show again. It's just in April we probably won't be able to because they have other schedules. So I just wanted to say that. So if anyone was wondering, the show, I think the show will go on.
We will figure it out.
Yes.
Quick notes on gigs coming up in the
Ooh.
short term. So what I'm looking at, of course, the Dom, Saturday, March 21st.
Yeah.
Some of our pals over here. At the other end of town, there's the Moose McGuire's Battle of the Bands happening by Rock Dog. I believe it's the final over there. March 22nd, there's Backseat Dragon, Madfolk, and Fireball Kid at the Rainbow Bistro. March 26th, Bitter Half at Live on Elgin. I've been hearing a lot of great buzz from that band.
Cool.
Rainbow Bistro on March 27th. There's Finely Tuned Elephants with their new release, so keep that in mind.
Excellent. Spoiler, they may be on the other show, their Ego and Vice show at some point.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
At House of Targ, April 9th, there's Moonbeam, Hans, and Sugar Bomb. And then following day at the same venue, April 10th, there's Monarch, Neon Ghost House, our friends in Passenger Princess, and our friend Peter in Future Free.
Oh, I love that band.
So that's going to be a solid night there on April 10th.
Yeah, that sounds good. Oh, the city's a buzzing.
Yeah, lots of good shows coming up in the next little bit. If you have any shows or any show recommendations, feel free to send them over to us, and we'll try to highlight them the best we can.
The best we can.
Which is by talking about it.
To the top quality that Southwood Stereo delivers.
Exactly.
On a daily basis.
I think I've had enough snacks. We think we can go listen to the headliner.
Headliner. Yeah. Headliner. Yeah. All right. Max, what is our headliner for this evening?
This evening we have a treat with Double Experience. Double Experience is a rock duo from Ottawa known for blending alternative rock with themes inspired by video games, science fiction, and pop culture. Formed in 2011, the band centers around vocalist Ian Nichols and guitarist Brock Tinsley. We just recently played a show with them. We played a couple shows with them, actually, and they are a treat live. A lot of energy. Ian used to play bass in the band. I think, in some way, shape, or form, he still does. But he's now taken the mantle of frontman, and his stage persona is awesome. They've actually had Scott Norris from the Escape Society hop on bass, and so they have quite the packed lineup there. So
Scott's an incredible musician.
Machine.
Yeah.
A machine.
Double Experience is doing really, really well. I was on their Spotify page, and one of their tracks is like over 3 million streams. That's crazy. For a local Ottawa band, good for you. Good for them. Hard work pays off, and I'm looking forward to seeing them. I've never heard this track.
Awesome. So today we are going to be listening to Expensive Taste by Double Experience here on
Southwood Stereo.
Southwood Stereo.
So exotic and rare, it ain't fair. You got what everybody's wanting, honest, not compare. I was jealous of it. I was jealous of it. 'Cause you know you'd be royalty in a house made out of glass, just not with me. So put your money where your mouth is. All you want, but I won't buy it. So put your money where your mouth is. 'Cause you got expensive taste. To let love go to waste. To let love go to waste.
minute to spin it.
With bonus spin. Alrighty, that was Expensive Taste by the band Double Experience. Mike, what'd you think?
I thought it reminded me of summer as spring creeps up to my back door. It reminded me of like a summer track, like a summer vibe. Just very, very catchy, very, very good time party kind of not background, that's a bad thing to say. Very party atmosphere, super catchy, very well written to be sung along. Excellent, great vibe, and I really want to catch those guys live.
Yeah, they put on a great show for sure.
Yourself?
Yeah, no, it's definitely you kind of hit it on the head right there. It's very summery, it's very shimmery. You could listen to it with the windows rolled down and just blaring it. And the cool thing about it is there's a lot of depth within the song that you don't really notice unless you really pay attention to it, with like Brock's guitars weaving into Ian's vocals coming in and out. And there's a lot of little minute production elements that make it really, really cool. And just the chorus itself is really, really catchy, right? Like, it's got a good earworm to it. So you got to have that for a good summer track kind of thing, right? So they put their money where their mouth is, and I think their bet paid off.
And they have expensive taste.
But no, they're all around great guys. Like, we played a couple shows with them. They do a lot of stuff for the scene as well, which is cool.
Cool.
With Next Level, they have that little local festival that they're, it's growing so fast, that they're putting on. So great stuff from them. All around a fun show to see live. If you've never seen them before, I highly recommend it.
Well, I've known of the name. I've never really taken time to listen to the music, but now that I've heard Expensive Taste, I think I will try some more.
Yeah, and they definitely have like a wide range with them too. Like Expensive Taste, I think, navigates one side of their creativity, and like they have a lot of I guess depth. It's not like a one-trick pony, which is really cool and makes their live shows that much better, because it doesn't feel like you're listening to the same song over and over again.
Cool. Well, the beauty of this podcast, the Southwood Stereo, is that we introduce each other to new music.
Yep.
And in turn, we introduce, hopefully, the good listener to new music, and get the Ottawa sound out there, even inside the Southwood studio.
Yep.
Who knew? I wonder if Double Experience would want to be on Ego and Vice.
I'm sure we could chat with them.
I think so. I don't know. Seem like pretty big dudes. I don't want to lower their standards.
Well, they do have a festival in Brazil, so that's going to be a big deal.
Oh boy, yeah. Well, good on them. And yeah, hey, doesn't hurt to ask.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Shoot
right.
your shot.
Cool. So yeah, that was kind of a eclectic. Well, not really. It was a couple of punk bands and a what'd you call that?
I would say I was this track specifically. I would say
Pop.
indie rock,
Indie rock.
pop,
Okay.
yeah,
Indie pop.
or pop rock a little bit there. I think the overarching blend for all of these was very much good pop leaning songs, good sensibilities, fun little hooks, fun little riffs, and just generally good tunes.
Cool. Well, unfortunately, we've reached the end of episode 6 of the Southwood Stereo. Max has got to run off to Kingston.
Yep.
He's got a gig. I got to run off to the Dom, and hopefully they're not jumping snowmobiles this Saturday.
Oh, you're not bringing your own snowmobile?
So I might have to if I knew that anyway. So I don't have to carry my amp 4 blocks. It's a busy time for the Ego and Vice crew. Vic will be around soon. I know you haven't heard from her in a bit, but busy. She's busy.
Yeah. Well, she's gonna be traveling with us to Kingston.
Oh yeah, Victor Complex is playing the Kingston show with new hires. That's
yes,
awesome.
indeed. So that should be a blast.
Yeah, definitely.
If you want to reach us, if you want to be featured on the Southwood Stereo, feel free to reach out to either Mike or myself. I think we have an email address somewhere, maybe one day. But if not, you reach out to us on Instagram or anywhere you can get a hold of us, and we'll gladly have a chat with you or try to see how we can feature your music.
Absolutely. You can, the email address is egoadvice@gmail.com, but we're constantly trying to change that, but we just never get around to it. Or you can go to egoadvice podcast.com for the website, and that has links to everything.
Yeah, and a
everywhere.
little nifty contact form, if I remember correctly, as well.
I do.
Yeah,
I
that
do.
could be utilized.
It definitely could. We need to get together and figure it out. Because,
Maybe by episode 10.
yeah, right?
I feel like there needs to be like little milestones with every episode.
Yeah. If we make it to 10, which I think we will, I think it'll be worth the time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, Max. Good luck in Kingston.
Thank you. Good luck at the Dom, Mike.
Oh, always a good time at the Dom. My name's Mike.
My name's Max.
This has been the Southwood Stereo.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
You have music in your soul, nowhere else to go. So turn the volume up, let's start the show. You're listening to the sounds on the Southwood Stereo.